Okay guys, Shane's getting the numbers on the windows here, and he decided to take a shortcut. He's not going to measure it and snap lines, he's just going to scribe it. So he's looking with his pencil and his tape measure, and this is called scribing a line. Comes all the way out to his line, knows exactly where it needs to be, boom. That's where he's got to cut it. He's already done it down here, so he's going to grab his saw one more time, cut out the other side of the window. We're just following right along, and those of you guys that don't like to wear your pouches, that's why we wear them right there. All the tools right back where they go. You're ready and you're on to the next step. Shane, you get started. I'm just going to shut the door so it's not too loud over here. Okay. Up top. I love getting somebody to do my work for me here. This is fantastic. Because I'd be bending over, hurting my back. Perfect cut. He's got to overcut it just a little bit because remember, it's a round saw blade, guys. Remember, this is rough framing, so this is all going to be covered up with our paper. It's going to be covered up with siding or brick or whatever when the time comes. So, now it's time for the plunge cut. Okay, class, this is really the way that I like doing it. Shane, kick that piece out of there real quick. There is a time and place, class, for cutting that plywood perfectly to fit around the outside of the window, piece by piece, one by one. This is not the time. When your wall is lying flat on the ground like this and you have a chance to build it laying flat and a chance to square it up, I suggest laying all your plywood, tacking it all down, and cutting it out after the fact. I think that's a better way of ensuring that your walls stayed square. Now, if I were to want to cut out around a door or a window, or have to cut out around a door or a window when the wall is standing and having to sheet it while it's standing, that's the only time I would really want to go piece by piece. Because of the fact that the wall's already up there, I can't lay down and cut nice and easy. I would probably have a series of braces on my unsheeted walls, holding it nice and square and plumb, and then I would cut individual pieces to sheet around the windows and doors. However, you know, when you get into production framing of a house or whatever you're going to do, where you're laying them on the ground and building them out, lay down the full sheets, tack them down first, make your cuts, and then you can go and nail it off. Now, the reason we're not nailing it off until the very end is because I had no idea where the edges of my windows and things were until I had this plywood cut out. But my plywood can't move. It's tacked down to where it needs to be. I've got these nice little lines all the way up directing me precisely where to nail now. So now I can grab my nail gun and I can just start nailing everything off without having to worry about finding it or missing. And what I'm going to do when I nail this off, Shane, if you want to get started, I don't have the 8-penny nails in here, so we're going to get started with a couple of 16-penny nails. But guys, a lot of the universal building codes will say for a shear wall that these things need to be nailed off every 6 to 8 inches. That's a lot of nails. But I generally like to say, like, about every foot you want to have a nail. About every foot along the top plate, along the bottom plate, along the studs. So we're just going to start, once again, start from one end and go. Don't start in the middle nailing everything off. But here, start on your end stud here, Shane, because you took a lot of care into making sure that end stud was straight. So make sure you're going down about every foot. Boom. And keep going down. And in order for us to finish this wall off, I'll bring my medium crown stapler in on Monday, and we'll do this because my medium crown stapler is made for holding sheeting like this. But now, it's real easy to see that stud up there. It's not so easy to see in the middle. That's why we have these reference lines right here. And so it's just going down. That sounded like it might have been a miss. Oh, that was a hit. Make sure you're going down straight in with them. If you ever have a nail that you don't sink all the way, Shane, grab your hammer and sink that thing flush right off the bat, because what this little guy right here that didn't quite sink all the way is going to do is it's going to tear our paper as we put it on the wall. You're also going to trip on that thing. And that's not Shane's fault. Nail guns run out of air pressure. Nail guns hit knots and things like that. They don't sink nails all the way, so you got to pay attention to each one. And now he's going right down the line. Oh, and that one's out too. This is probably an air pressure issue, Shane. So I'm going to stop it right there because you don't need to see Shane drive in 300 nails. So nice work, Shane.
Thanks.
Make good team here making good production videos.